Okay, Jan, let's start this interview. As I told you, this is Radionica, public radio for 8 cities, and we are doing this show right here in Bogota, the capital of Colombia. And I'm very glad that we have contact with you. You're very welcome.
Very excited to be involved in spreading the music to Colombia. I have some Colombian friends, and I just met a new Colombian friend the other day, and I told them I'm going to do this interview, and they're like, "Oh my God, really?" And I'm like, so excited. So hello.
Wow, that's pretty nice. Yeah,
Yeah, it's Chicago here, and there's a lot of Colombians living here, so it's good.
well, someday I'm gonna be in Chicago, and I knock at your door to say hello.
Yes, you do that. Absolutely. I'll be here.
Okay, Jan, you start like in 1992 with your first album, Last Train. It's been a while. You already have 12 albums. You
Yeah.
are certainly a really important people for me in my show. So let's talk about the present. Time Bomb is out. I already put it on the show. The people love it.
Oh,
So
good.
let's share everything you want to tell us. After the pandemic, how do you deal with that and everything?
Well, we put out Justify in 2020, and of
That's
course,
right.
the day it was released was the pretty much the day that COVID shut the whole world down.
Yeah.
So Justify, I know you said you played it, and I so appreciate it, but we didn't really get much of a push on that. But so we bided our time. We did our best with the COVID, and we didn't get it, thankfully. I know some people that did and didn't make it, but it was a very tough time. I'm sure it was there too. Um,
Of course.
but during the period of 2021, we started writing, and we started coming up with these songs that had all this Motown inspiration. And it's blues, but it still has the Motown kind of some melodies and things. And
Yeah.
it was very exciting to me to revisit that part of my life that came up during those melodies when we were listening to Motown and listening to like all the blues and soul from that period. And Craig was writing it. He's the guitar player, and he actually writes a lot of the music pieces. And then I listen and I work with my lyrics. I have all of my pages of ideas and phrases that I have. And I started just listening to the music that he came up with, and all of these melodies and lyric ideas came, and it was so exciting. And we got ready to start recording, and then my sister came back. Her cancer came back. So
Right.
my sister had cancer 10 years prior, and then she got it again, and it was
Oh man.
very hard,
Terrible.
very hard to go through that. I know a lot of people have these experiences, and friends and family in their life go through this illness, and it's just it's a it's important to take the time, I think,
Hmm.
to really experience the
Yeah.
loss. She didn't make it. She went through several months of fighting it again, and it did take her eventually, but we were all there with her, and we spent the time, and the music sat beside, and we didn't move forward with it when we wanted to. So I mean, these days as a musician, if you don't have a new record coming out, you don't have anything. You don't have a
That's right.
show, you don't have any concerts, you don't have any bookings, or no one wants to talk about your music, even if you've got 12 albums or 11 albums before that. They just like, they're moving on. There's always the next thing. There's
That's
something,
right.
and COVID really, put everything on pause for a lot of people, but we really needed to get back to it. And so it took me about 8, 10 months to get back to the songs. And then I started realizing that the life experience that I went through during her illness and the pause became the message of the music.
Wow.
If you know what I mean, it's like when you sing and you have lyrics that mean something to you, and you try to sing them in a way that touches people for real, like love is the answer. you know, singing those songs and making that connection became the most important thing to me. In addition to the fun and the rock and roll and the blues and the grit of what I wanted to convey, I also wanted to make that connection very real. And so I don't know how to explain it. It's a little bit of a, you know, when songs happen, they kind of are a bit of magic because they come from nowhere, you know, like
That's right.
where did this lyric idea come from? I don't know. And then I start thinking about what I felt, what I went through, and what I wanted to share with people. It just became. I think it came out really well. What songs are standing out for you? Anything?
It is. It's a great album, and you can tell that something happened. You know, after you just tell us what went wrong with your sister, you can tell that it touched your heart, and at the same time, your creation explode in a good way.
Yeah, yeah, and it still has the variety. It still has the the humor. It still has the love and affection. It's still got all that, but it still has a heavy message, like desperate times. It's like
Hmm.
we went through that together. We all went through that together, and you know, you have to be able to express it in music in a way that people can touch it, because there's no words sometimes that really
Hmm.
can sum up the heart- the the emotion. It's really, you have to feel it in music, I think. And Time
Definitely.
Bomb becomes like the song that it's like it all was inspired by a person walking by my house, and they were a, a transgender. I don't know what they were. They were kind of in a, I don't know if it was a cross dress. I don't know. It was a person that was dressed up, and they looked to be kind of a mess. And I had Time Bomb written in my notebook, and I was thinking about that experience of seeing this person kind of walking by in the high heels and the hair done and the, you know, and but they looked to be about ready to fall apart, you know. And so
Yeah.
I said, this is a time bomb, you know. And so I started describing this person. She was a, you know, what is the word? She walked the streets of Miami in a black dress. I mean, I wasn't in Miami, but I was envisioning this person walking there in a black dress, the makeup on, but it was kind of a mess, you know. So we're getting a picture of a person of this kind of feeling, and then she's a time bomb, time bomb. And so then you go through her experience, and then at the end of the song, you realize that, you know, you have to, we all have to feel this energy of this potential time bomb in all of us. It's all there. We, you know, life is seemingly pretty chaotic sometimes, and it's hard to hang on to normalcy and, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Calmness. And sometimes it feels like it's just going to spin out of control, you know? And so Time Bomb is, you know, it's about our planet. It's about our world. It's about you. It's about all of us. And this person that walked by my house in that state. And it's a fun song too. So I don't know. What'd you think of that song?
I love it, and I love that the album have that title. You know, it's just perfect. Time. We are living in a time bomb
Don't you
everywhere.
think so? It's
Yeah,
like,
totally.
and what are you gonna do? You're gonna sing Time Bomb. Oh, she's a
That's right.
time. And we just did a concert in Michigan, a blues fest, and it was just, I felt the love on this. It was a big crowd, and people understood what I was doing. And at the last song, we did Time Bomb, and the whole audience sang it. It was just a beautiful moment.
Uh,
And I want to do that in Colombia, so I hope I
all
can
right.
come down and get it down there. Come on, it's the same time zone. Let me just come on down. I need an offer. I'll come down. But
That would be great. You know, there
uh,
is a few festivals here. I'll put them in alert about you. You know, so maybe
yeah,
you can get the call and come.
yeah. Is there any press down there? Anything going on? Any people talking about anything? I don't have any real connection except for you. So
No, it's just a small country, you know. Right here in Bogota is like 10 million people. There is a lot of people, and this is the public radio. This is the only that is doing
right,
the real deal, you know.
yeah,
No fake news, no involved in politics, and no, we are pretty honest.
good, good. Well, that's the part of that's where I those are my people. That's my people. That's it. So yeah, I really am excited. You know, songs like "Let Love Surround You." Oh my God, that's turning into quite the anthem. It's fun. Um, anything? What have you been playing?
I play. Let me tell you which songs. But Time Bomb. Let me tell you exactly which songs I played. I right here the librettos of that day. I played Desperate Times.
Uh,
Sometimes looks like that. Too Late Now. Don't Lie. Blood on Your Hands.
oh, that's a good
Don't
one.
Feel Good. Always Blues. And Time Bomb.
Oh, always the blues. My God, that one.
Almost the album, you know.
Uh, yeah, almost the whole thing. Swinging in the Sweet Sunshine. You better be playing that one. That's a sweetheart of a song. That's
I will, for
yeah.
sure. I
But
have to play you again, you know,
yeah,
so we can confirm your art and the quality of your music. Your voice is excellent.
uh,
How you produce the album? Do you have a producer? The
we
studio?
produce.
What do you want to tell us?
We have a studio that we have built over the
All
years.
right,
So I have a complete control over how I
excellent.
sing and what I do and how I do it. And Craig is my husband, also my guitar player, and we've known and played together since.
Yeah, you've been doing this for decades, you know.
Even though I look really young, as you will say to your listeners, right? I look. I My husband is he does the deep dive into the studio
Great.
stuff. So we have a, you know, we ended up getting a good microphone that does the modeling, so we don't have to
Yeah.
have all the vintage mics. We can kind of
Mm.
get it done the best we can. You know, it's not, we don't have endless money, so it's just we have a nice a little room, and I engineer my own vocal, so I do the recording of me. So I can stop and say, "Damn it, no, I want to do it again. No,
Excellent.
again. Let's do it again." So I really can, like, I was surprised on one of the reviews I got recently. Someone said that I was styling the song like Sinatra.
All
I'm
right.
like, I have arrived. I have arrived. Someone gets me like Sinatra. Because I spend a lot of time, especially in a song like Desperate Times. You know, when you sing that, it's like desperate. There's a lot of vowels and air.
Yeah, I can feel
Constant,
that.
you
Yeah.
have to kind of move it around the
Yeah.
note so that it fits onto the phrase, so that it has the right emotion, and that takes some time, and it's the best part of what I do. I love doing that. So desperate times. You have to open the note, and you have to, you know, bring the consonant down around the melody, and still land on the chord that you want to be on. So it's fun. It's fun to have that time and flexibility to be able to do that myself. So it's
Excellent, excellent.
yeah, and
You are the best judge, you know, so you can see the
yeah,
results.
yeah. It's like when I first started singing on my very first album, Last Train, I worked with a very good producer, someone who had done a lot of work in Chicago, and he had done it on the high level, you know. So he was also playing keyboards for us, Steve Schaefer, and he was just a wonderful person, a wonderful, you know, he inspired us. He made us feel like artists, you know. And there was a moment I was recording one of the songs from Last Train. I can't remember exactly what song it was. Oh, it was Blame It on Time. Blame it on time, blame it on time, blame it on time. And I had written that melody, but you can sing it many ways. You can go, blame it on time, blame it on time, blame it on time. But I was bringing this kind of my Sinatra thing to it, and I was bringing it. blame it on time, blame it, kind of the push-pull with the lyric or the song. And he said to me, he said, Jan, you are a true artist. And this was early when I was first beginning. I didn't even know what I was doing at all. And I felt that was so inspirational to me, and such a validation of what I was trying to do and trying to write my own thing and do my own thing. And Steve's no longer with us, but he was a true collaborator. He really did help us become who we are now. So you need that. Artists need that kind of
Totally.
validation. It's like you're sitting alone there, you're trying to write your music, and you need someone to say, hey, you are getting that. I see what you're doing. I feel
right.
I feel what you're doing. And that's the beauty of music, is you can really feel it. So I'm excited to connect with your people there, and any smidge of inspiration I can give, I will be happy to share. So
what's your plans for the next year, because we are ending right now this 2023.
Yeah, I don't know. Where did it go? I don't know. Well, right now on the plans, my plan is to do as many concerts as I possibly can. However, we have to get the offers, and we have to have the opportunities. We did a small tour earlier this year in Holland.
Wow.
But it's a lot. It's we are on the books for May to go to Norway. So we have 3 concerts in Norway on the schedule. Other than that, I'm just trying to find a place in Chicago that I can play like regularly and have just that on the books. And we just did a festival in Michigan. I hope another festival will come up. I just got a booking agent here in Chicago. So I don't know. Should we come down there and visit? Can we stay with you?
Of course, my home is your house.
The problem is I need, it's so expensive to bring anyone anywhere and do anything. So hopefully Time Bomb will afford us the ability to go and do and play, because I feel good. I just you'll see some video. I'll be sharing video pretty soon of our show last weekend, and I did have a very sparkly cape that I was very happy with. So it's all about the presentation. Some nice fun shoes and a sparkly cape, and I'm there. I'm like a blue superhero. I have a cape.
But Jan, after you say that, I can notice that you are pretty comfortable, because let's say the music business changed a lot. And in the 90s, the record labels and this and that. But nowadays, everything is independent, Everything is online. So for me, for example, I have that the opportunity to meet you because the platforms, the medias and that helps a lot. So I don't know if you are comfortable, if you are happy, how to deal with things nowadays compared to the 80s, 90s.
I've never had the, how do I want to put this? I have worked very hard to create music. I've never been burdened with the music business because it's always been on somewhere else. It's like, I don't have anything to compare it to. We had some bad managers early in the beginning, and I had some great opportunities that didn't happen, and this and that and the other thing, and who cares now? It's over. So now we deal with what's here now. And what's here now is us together, yay, and the ability to share music on different platforms, yay. The robots are taking over, so we have to play with the robots. Spotify, we have to give the robots their due. So if there's any playlists down there that you can add me to on your Spotify thing, the robots will be happy, and we can maybe get some offers to play some shows. And that's pretty much the business I'm dealing with. I'm not worried too much about what happened before or what's going to happen. I'm ready to play.
And you're doing right. Time Bomb is a great album. Your voice is beautiful, you know. You talk a lot about Sinatra, but I like it a lot to Janis, you know. Your voice has like a Janis kind of range.
I had that, opportunity to play Janis in Chicago here. And the difference between us is a lot. But I mean, she had such a soprano voice.
Mm-hmm.
And her voice, she took her soprano voice way up to the baby, yeah, cry, all that stuff. And I can do that, but my sound is a little cleaner. But if you look at it, we did an album called Calling All Saints. Did you hear that album? Because you'd like
Yes.
There's a song on there called Black Orchid Blues, which is probably the closest song to Janis that I've written myself. But I think there's a lot of honesty in Janis's voice, and I think maybe that's something you hear here. I don't know. We both had a kind of a country twang. I'm a white girl. She's a white girl. We do blues, I can sound just like her if I want to. Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's really important to know what it is you want to do. What is it you're trying to say? How come you're there? What do you want to do? And then do it, whatever it is. Express yourself. But always, try to be true to what it is you want to accomplish. Because sometimes I think people get wrapped up in the, what other people want them to do,
Yeah, that's very important, especially with women here, that they're starting to get in the instruments and start practicing,
Yeah. There's a lot of great female musicians here. I mean, I'm sure there are there too. But it is incredibly expressive, and it's so important to connect through music. So what you're doing is like a service to people, to, like a community. Like the album I wrote is to bring people together. It's written about different chapters and different times of that period between 2020 and now. And it's like, I hope people can recognize something there that they experienced and something they can share with other people. So music is about sharing, and I think we all have to do our part.
I'm absolutely agreed with you. Thanks a lot for your message, and anything else you want to say to the microphones?
It's amazing that you've reached out and that we're connecting now. See how cool that is? I think we're going to be friends now, and just keep rocking and rolling and keep sharing and being there for people. And so important. I mean, when I was a kid and I turned on the radio, and that music saved my life, and I think it saves a lot of people's lives, and it's really great to be part of that.
You took the word from my mouth, keep on rocking, Jan, and thanks a lot for your time. You've been very kind. Thanks for your advices. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your music. And I hope to see you soon right here in Colombia.
Let's make it happen.
That's right. Thanks a lot.
Adios.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.